Yo, yo, yo. How you doing?
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. How's it going?
Yes, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm chilling. I appreciate you for having me on the show today.
Yes, of course. Welcome to Center FNTF.
Hey, what's up, Diamond?
Hey, this is a little friend of yours.
You know, Diamond's got to be everywhere.
He's gotta be everywhere. He's always involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, today we're going to talk about something that you're developing.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Sure. So for the last, started last November, but it took me about 7 months. I've been developing my own app.
Okay.
I set out on a mission because I wanted to have an app for my artistry to contain all my content, but I didn't really know about programming, so I had to kind of teach myself along the way.
Okay, so is this something you're into developing or?
No, not at all. To be honest, I actually dislike programming and coding because it's not really my shit. I don't. Languages, to be honest, I'm good in English, but programming languages, not for me.
Just a totally different world for you. So you say you're not into this shit. What are you into then?
To be honest, I'm more just a music kind of person.
Okay.
But the reason I decided to learn to develop it myself is because I wanted to not only make it for me, but I wanted to make it for others. Because I feel like once it does catch on, it's going to be kind of a new wave. And so I wanted to be able to provide a service for my people.
Okay, that sounds really good. And what kind of services are you going to provide with this app?
So with the app, mine in particular, it's not necessarily a service. What it does is it hosts all of my content. It hosts my videos, my audios, but because I control the app, I'm able to give them exclusive content. So exactly.
Yeah. Really nice.
So for instance, everybody shits on Spotify, but like I've been performing a lot lately, and it's cool to have unreleased songs that nobody's ever heard at the show.
Yeah.
But like for my loyal fans who got the app, they can have these kinds of songs before they get out.
Okay, so does it also mean you're never going to use Spotify again, or?
Not necessarily. I mean, for now, I'm gonna keep up with it, but I just find that there's no incentive to tell people to go to Spotify.
Okay.
Because all I'm doing is sending them to Spotify. Some of them have free Spotify, some of them don't, but they have the ads. Spotify's people are riding in Ferraris, and then they give me $3 cents every time somebody plays my song.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Not even. So yeah, it's not conducive.
No, I can imagine, but it makes it like a bit more exclusive, if I can say it that way.
True.
Okay. And how does it work? Can I just find it in the App Store if
For sure.
Finished,
it's on both app stores, so the Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Remember that.
You just type in Toeknee Tee and I'm there.
Nice. How do you spell it?
So straight up. If you listen to this, you already know how to spell it right.
You should know right now.
Yeah, big facts.
Okay, so cool. So you're going to launch this app with exclusive content. Is this app going to be free?
So it's not going to be free. This is where we're changing the game up a little bit. Because as I mentioned, when you listen to somebody shit on Spotify or whatever, or I'll put it to you like this. When 1,000 people stream my song or watch it on YouTube, YouTube wants to give me $1. Spotify wants to give me $3.
Okay.
This is after 1,000 people have watched. Yeah. With my app.
$3.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But with this, I wanted to make it fair. So we've got a subscription service. It starts out, the base level is $1. It's $1 a month.
Okay.
Now, if you're a 90s baby like me, $1 a month is $12. You can get $10 for the whole year. But that's basically like buying an album. Now, I feel like that's not too much to ask for somebody, especially on a monthly basis.
No.
But then we've got other tiers. And so like I got people that, real diehard fans that they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so we've got other levels for that shit like that. And for me, I feel like that's a little bit fair for the artists.
Yeah,
because every month I come out with new shit, I come out with new videos, I show it, I spend all this money advertising it for 1,000 people to watch it to get $1.
Yeah.
At least with this method, when 1,000 people watch my video, I can fund another video.
Yeah.
I can pay my rent.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just asking for a little bit more support in a way that's much easier than Spotify or the other already existing programs.
Cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I download this app, which features are on it?
So when you download the app, first off, it's going to have, like I said, the exclusive content. So it's going to have all my music, all my videos. We're going to have right now it's got my new EP, Back to the Basics, which isn't out on Spotify. You can check that out on the app.
Nice.
And it's also got my newest music video, Language of a Hater, which is also exclusively on the app. It's got all my podcasts. I mean, anything, any content-wise Tony T, it's going to be up there. Now, in the future, I do want to add a little bit more features. Like I want to have a way for you to not necessarily track me, but like when I'm doing a whole hell of a lot of shows, like you'll know when I'm in the area.
Yeah.
Now, another key feature, so when I set out to develop the app, I wanted to have three main things. Distribution, which I mentioned before, so having all of my content there, but also communication. And so the app has push notifications. I decided to make this because, you know, Instagram and social media marketing is kind of the way to go right now. Radio's kind of dead, but you pay all this money to reach all these people, which is whatever, I get it, that's a service, but if you think about it, like, you know, 2,000 people or so follow me right now, but if I post something, Instagram's not showing it to 2,000 people.
It can get lost between all the other messages and everyone else that they're following, so...
Exactly. It gets lost from people just not really seeing it, but Instagram really is only going to show it to 1 to 3%.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
It is not a lot.
No.
And that's if you just do a random post. If you really do a rollout and get some engagement before that post, then they'll show it to, but the max is 10%. Meaning I gotta pay to reach 90% of people who I already found to find me.
Yeah.
With a push notification, when I say new release, whatever, diamonds, chilling, whatever, like it goes directly to the phone.
Yeah.
No more clutter, no more bullshit. And like, you know, it stays in their notifications, so, you know, they may see it at work when they get off work and they're like, oh, they're checking it, oh shit, I forgot about that new Tony T EP.
That's so cool.
Boom.
Yes.
Problem solved. And the last thing I really wanted to focus on, besides distribution, communication, was the monetization, which I described to you before with the subscription service. And so, but the last feature that we have on this version of the app is what's called a Litty Lexicon. Litty Lexicon. Now, are you familiar with UrbanDictionary.com?
Yes, I am, and I use it a lot.
See, and I'm not gonna say this is the problem, but like as I described with Netflix translations, Urban Dictionary is not so accurate.
No, it's not. It's just one interpretation.
Exactly. Like I'll just say that the curators, they're just not of the culture. And so I created a Litty Lexicon because people often say like, I hear your lyrics, but I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So with this is my version of that. You know, cultural hip hop terms just curated by people of the culture.
That's a really good idea because you are international, so that means there are also a lot of people listening to your music and watching your videos who don't always get the lyrics.
Exactly.
But is that something that you want, to have a little bit more of a connection with the people?
Yes.
And for them to understand it a little bit more?
I do. And this is why when future developments, one of the top things on my list is to have the lyrics displayed so you can check them out as the song's playing.
Ah, cool. So it's like a live
I want to have that shit going.
subtitles, something like that?
Exactly, because like Spotify has that, but it's only for the top artists, the Taylor Swift, the 2 Chainz and shit like that. That's another bullshit thing about the DSPs that y'all don't really know about, but like they come out with these new features and they'll make it exclusively for like the top artists. And so I want to, you know, now that I taught myself developing, I can do that stuff for myself and for other artists. So yeah, I really see this as a way to connect because when people know my lyrics, then when they see me at the show, they can sing the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's a little bit because you want to be independent.
I am independent, but I want the independent artist, not just myself, to be able to practice more sustainably.
Yeah.
I want us to not have to have Spotify as the only option of being known.
No.
Or not necessarily getting known, but I don't want Spotify and YouTube being the only way that we can see us monetizing our music.
Yeah, I can imagine because it's the work you put in and it's not Spotify's, and they kind of decide who is popular and who is not. So that's a whole different conversation, but
because you're not getting on, like if your release comes out, you're not getting on Spotify and Spotify's blaming that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not doing it. They're doing it for Taylor Swift, and I'm not trying to ding Taylor and all that shit, but like she's just a prime example. I remember before I had premium Spotify, like I typed in my name and I played my songs, but then like I hear 2 of them and then Drake comes on.
Yeah.
And then like I can't even hear myself anymore. So it's like with this, we're cutting out all that clutter, all that bullshit. This is the new wave.
Sounds so good. Okay, and so when I'm using the app, is it also possible to listen to your music with your screen off?
Of course.
So, kind of
headphones, all that shit. All that shit.
Yeah. So I could have like something portable with just focused on Toeknee Tee.
That's right.
That sounds like something you should definitely use. And what makes it? Is it something that other people do, other artists do, or is it something?
I'm the first artist in the world with their own app.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
The motto before now has been to license it to these distributing platforms because they're doing all the hard work. I remember, I think it was almost 10 years ago, Chance the Rapper, his debut album, whatever, was exclusively on Apple Music.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing.
Yeah.
I get it. Cool. But at the end of the day, like we're spending all this money to send people to Apple Music for them to show other artists. I don't see that. I don't see the point of that. I don't. I will continue to put my music on Spotify and all that, but I'm not gonna. I won't really talk about it. It'll be there when it gets there.
Yeah. It's also a good thing to be able to find you on different platforms. But I totally get the idea of this app. And is it already launched, or when is it going to be launched?
It is launched. It was launched on November 1st. It was launched on November 1st. So yeah, it's there. It's like I said, the Apple Store, Play Store, Google Play. Check it out. I'll give you a note on the Apple Store. Sometimes they trip. If you just type in Tony, just Toeknee without the T on the end, you'll find it.
Okay, just remember that. It's very important.
Just straight up, straight up. And of course, it's gonna be on the gram. The link's gonna forever be there. This will be the last link you'll ever have to see. Straight up, the last one you'll ever have to see.
I'm going to download it right away when we're finished this conversation.
Hey.
But I still got a few more questions for you.
Sure.
Are you the only one monitoring it, or do you have like a team who's helping you, or anything like that?
Only myself.
You're doing this all by yourself?
All by myself.
Wow, that's a really nice thing. And you also developed it yourself?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So, like in the development process, there's different assets of it. Like I had to, first off, there's like a front end development, which is the look of it. It's the user interface.
Yeah.
But then, like, you can design the look of it and it doesn't do anything.
No.
Well, it may go through different pages, but then like what brings the data in is the back end. So I had to develop a back end. I got a little bit of help on this because I found different servers that were geared towards music.
Yeah.
That would like host the music or whatever. But then obviously you gotta make the front end talk with the back end.
Yeah, that's true. It has to work.
It's got exactly. It's got to work.
That's the whole idea of it. That's the point.
But then after the actual app development is done, then you got to deal with Apple Store and Google Play Store's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they want shit to be nice, prim and proper. They've got guidelines similar to when you upload music. Yeah. Spotify wants it to be packaged a certain way. Apple Music wants it to be packaged a certain way, in the sense that like I had to prove that I actually own the content that I was uploading.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they'll download the app that you have. They'll see what you're working with. They'll see what you're fucking with.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like they see all these songs, this catalog, this big ass catalog. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for them and the Google Play Store, I had to actually prove that I owned it, which is kind of a tedious process. But once you get that done, then you're kind of in the door.
Yeah. So you put in a lot of work. It
was a lot of work, Shawty. Like I said, we launched November 1, but I started this somewhere last November. Is when I got the idea. There were other solutions because like I looked up other ways of making something similar.
Yeah.
And they had little basic bitch options, but you couldn't such as like you could have like a little app that has little folders, and so it's linked to like your YouTube, it's linked to your iTunes and all this.
Yeah.
But then you're still a slave to them.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's
you're not supporting yourself, but you're supporting them again.
And like you can only put up like your song only shows up if it's on iTunes. If it's unreleased, you can't put it up there. So it defeats the purpose of me trying to give them exclusive shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the basic bitch options didn't work. But then my dog Nick, shout out my dog Nick Diakara, he works for Porsche now in Atlanta. I'm happy for that motherfucker. But he put me up on thank you for putting me up on software engineering, because I would have never done it without him. I would have never. He showed me this one shot. I was like, yo, I could do that though. I could fuck with that.
That's so cool.
So a 7-month process plus about 2 months dealing with the store bullshit, and then here we are.
Okay, So 7 months of hard work. Do you think it will pay off?
I think it will, because I think it's gonna be the new wave. I really think, like, in the beginning, first off, I'm not gonna let y'all gonna have to get in line, because I gotta be the first for about a half a year. I gotta hold the title for about half a year. But then after that half a year, I will be doing orders for other people.
Okay.
Because I mean, you know, I did.
For other artists.
Yeah, exactly, for other artists, because I know I don't have the biggest following, but I can see monetization purposes for it. But then other artists who do have big ass followings, there's no reason they shouldn't.
No, I totally agree.
There's no reason. Like the way you can monetize it, the way you could put it in your hands, there's no reason that any independent artist shouldn't do it, no matter the size of your audience. So, and then this is when I come in.
So, would it be possible, for example, to buy tickets in your app, or
in the future we'll have something like that. Like I said, I want to have it where you can kind of see where my gigs are at. If I'm doing somewhere nearby, you might get a little notification, and we will have it where you can do direct ticket sales from there. We'll have the merch linked up as well. For now, we just have that kind of separate on the website. Which I didn't even give the website a proper debut, to be honest. I developed the website before I did the app. I taught myself web development as well. And then I was like, the app is too important.
Yeah, well, people use their phones a lot more, so I think.
This is why I did the app though, because like after I got done with the website, I read a statistic that said a lot of people focus more on apps than go to the website.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So it just makes more sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, your website is very important for business artists, for your fans. Or
not for the fans who checking in all the time, you know, seeing what you're doing. So
yeah. So have the people already downloaded this app?
Only the people. I've had a couple of publications. I'm not gonna name any names, but I just had some publications check out, you know, the app before, so they can get a feel for it when they talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a couple people check it out, and I got good feedback. If I'll just say the layout it's a familiar layout. It's not something like totally off the wall. When you use it, it'll be something similar to what you're used to, and you're gonna get the hang of it real quick.
So I'm going to download this app for sure.
Thanks, Charlie.
What are the things that you have in mind for the future with this app?
For the future, like I mentioned, I want to do I want to get like I guess my profile up there so you can see my bio, whatever, and all that bullshit. But mainly like, you know, where you can find me, where I'm playing at recently. I might even have like a little, I don't know, a diamond a day, a picture or some shit like that.
That sounds like a really good plan.
Yeah, because I know people love seeing diamonds, so I might build a picture diamond of their day for people. But I really just want to expand the features. I want to get feedback from my fans and see what they kind of want, what they appreciate more out of the app, and then just kind of expand on that. I want to do more apps for other artists. Yeah. And I got a couple plans for like party apps for outside of music that could benefit bars and club goers and things like that.
Okay. Is it something you want to tell about, or is it something?
It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on the low. It's gonna be on the low. But I'll just say we'll be testing it in Name and hopefully next summer. Hopefully next summer we'll be testing it.
Well, we keep that in mind.
For sure.
I'm going to remember this.
Yes.
For sure. Hey, it really sounds so good, and I'm really wondering, is it possible to get in touch with you through this app, or is it just one way?
It's only one way at the moment. It's only one way at the moment because I'm still going to stick to the ground. But I will. One of the features I want to put up is like a way to comment on the songs. Kind of how SoundCloud has it where you can like comment on the different tracks and give feedback. So I will have it where you can do that. Maybe even request features and stuff like that.
Okay. So people will be able to be in touch with you through your other socials right now.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future you will.
In the future, I might be weaning off Insta because like I got a bone to pick with Insta as well. Not just because they make me pay to reach my audience, but also you know sometimes I might post some things that aren't even like racy. They're not even like crazy, but like they'll ban me for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That happened before.
It's happened before. Like back in June when the app was done.
Yeah.
Like I almost released it then.
Yeah.
But then I almost released a song then, and I couldn't even tell people about it.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because when they ban you on Instagram, they also ban you in their marketing platform.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is Facebook wide. So I couldn't market on Facebook or nothing. And so like when it comes to that, and sometimes like you know you might write something on Facebook that people don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
and then they report you,
Yeah. Oh, that happened probably. So.
See?
Okay.
That's happened to me multiple times in between that shit. But it's like, you know, and then all Facebook does is they'll send you email, my bad.
Yeah.
We looked at it, my bad.
That's it.
Yeah, my bad. Get back up on it. And I don't fuck with that shit. It's no shot at Mark Zuckerberg, he did his thing, but because they're so intertwined and this is the main way we market ourselves, I gotta get off of it a little bit.
Yeah, I can imagine you just want your own way to express yourself instead of just have to follow all the rules.
Their rules, algorithms.
Yeah, exactly. The algorithms are like killing your career usually.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, and they're ever changing. As soon as you figure one out, they change.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't even know how to use this app. I'm techie, but sometimes I'm like, what the hell happened here? I really have no clue.
Yeah.
So
like, why are you showing me this? I want that, but why are you showing me that?
Yeah, I don't want this button here. It's so annoying. I don't want to buy anything. Leave me alone. Oh, so well, people, you should really find this app in your app store, Tony.
Yes.
Do you have anything to tell about this app?
No, other than go check out the app. Artists, when you're ready to make that move, when you're ready to get off that Spotify tit, holla at your boy. You get in line with this motherfucker. Everybody else, I appreciate the support. Let's get it in, y'all.
Yeah, just go download this shit. Hey, thank you so much for this conversation.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I really enjoyed having this, and I'm definitely going to download it right now.
Hey.
And hopefully see you next time.
Dewey.
Bye bye, Dewey.
Hey, yeah, bitch, I'm in my zone. Georgia boy, but you can find me out in Rome. Steady with the trapping, hardly in my home. Too logistic, but you never find a clown. Plus, I'm in my own, yeah, bitch, I'm in my zone. Yeah. Georgia boy, but you can find me out in Rome. Steady with the trapping, hardly in my home. Too logistic, but you never find a clown.